he was out driving, getting school stuff for his kids, and while driving he just had a heart attack. लेकिन जब death चलते चलते हो जाए, so that is like more of a shock. Okay, you don't think about कि ऐसा कुछ होना है. Like you just saw the person yesterday and today he's gone.
I was one of the unlucky kids that had to suffer grief when I was a kid. So I lost my mom when I was 9. I lost my dad almost like 1.5 years ago. So the loss of both of my parents, that is the closest one. Yeah, but my world feels less safe now that I don't have both of my parents here. I think Pakistani jo community hai na, when it comes to grief, it's top notch. Honestly, कोई जब फोत होता है ना, तब आपको पता चलता है कि आपके लिए कौन who is there. ये मौत एक ऐसी चीज है, ये हर बंदे के सामने आएगी. Everybody is gonna see somebody that they love pass away because we don't live forever. It's a part of life. I think मुझे पाकिस्तान में ना एक जो चीज मुझे इतनी जहर लगती है ना, रो मत. मत रो. And women go through miscarriages. कि वो उस miscarriage हो गया, कोई बात नहीं. मतलब it's not that the child was born.
लेकिन पेट में तो था ना. And like the thing is, a lot of people they don't understand कि जब माँ की पेट में बच्चा होता है तो वो बच्चा है, चाहे वो पेट से निकलकर बाहर आ जाए या वो अंदर ही खत्म हो जाए, वो बच्चा माँ के लिए बच्चा है.
I know that my parents wouldn't want me to like spend the whole of my life in misery. This is the Gupshup Show.
Hi, my name is Khawla.
Assalamu alaikum, and my name is Arooj.
Welcome back to another episode of the Gupshup Show. Life is not always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes unexpected things happen and you just have to deal with the pain. ये ऐसा टॉपिक है जो हम अक्सर अवॉइड करते हैं, लेकिन क्या अवॉइड करने से उसका दर्द कम हो जाता है
या दिल की बात ना करने से बोझ और ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है.
Today we're talking all about grief and losing a loved one.
Khawla, have you ever lost a loved one?
मेरी grandparents की जब death हुई तो like that was really hard, and I think also one of the most shocking deaths in my family was of we used to call him Chama because he was my chachu and my mama, so we used to call him Chama. And his death was really, really, really hard on like the entire khandan, because he died out of nowhere, literally
Really unexpected.
Completely unexpected, and like he was out driving, getting school stuff for his kids, and while driving he just had a heart attack, and he died. And I think that was like the most hard death of the family because he was perfectly healthy, and he just had a baby, and the baby was 7 days old when he died. And I think that was like the most difficult time because he was quite young as well, and we were all so close with him and so excited for the baby, and he was starting a new job and everything, so that was really, really hard.
How did you deal with that loss?
I think all of us were in denial for a while because no one expected it. It's like a death when someone is sick and doctors tell you that okay, like this person has this much time, they're not doing well, then at least like you have time to mentally prepare, and you have the time to process, कि ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है. That doesn't make the pain any less, लेकिन at least you have some time to think about it. लेकिन जब death चलते चलते हो जाए, so that is like more of a shock. कि you don't think about कि ऐसा कुछ होना है. Like you just saw the person yesterday and today he's gone. That's something
you can't comprehend.
Yeah, like ये क्या हुआ है?
Yeah.
ये कैसे हुआ है? So like my chama, when he died, the same morning he was liking my Facebook posts. और फिर शाम में हमें call आई. So for us, I was like, ये क्या हुआ है? And I still remember that day like crystal clear. जैसे कल हुआ है. Because it wasn't that long ago, and that was the first time कि you know, I was fully aware of stuff happening. Or in that month, मेरी family में that was the third death in उस महीने में. कि पहले मेरी दादी की हुई, उसके बाद नहीं पहले मेरे नाना की हुई, फिर मेरी दादी की हुई और फिर मेरी जामा की हुई. So that month was really hard for everyone.
Yeah. And what would you say you learned about like grief?
You know what? When that happened, तो मैं ना क्योंकि मेरी खाला obviously like she was grieving so much and जब उनकी death हुई तो मेरी खाला को नहीं बताया कि you know like her husband has passed away. उनको बस क्योंकि ambulance में ले गए थे तो उनको उस टाइम पे नहीं बताया था. तो जब उनकी like I was in my first year of uni, I was like quite you know young as well. तो मैं ना बस एकदम से जाकर उनके गले लग गई and like I was crying. और वो मुझे डांट रही है like she मुझे डांट कर ना जैसे झटका कि तुम पागल हो गई क्यों रो रही हो. And that was because like she was in denial. Like she was thinking कि you know कुछ नहीं हुआ, like he just okay, he just in the ambulance. Or I was crying because I knew that he died. So at that time I didn't think कि मेरी खाला को पता है या नहीं पता या ऐसे मेरे जाकर उनको हक कर रोने से उनके ऊपर like क्या इफेक्ट होगा या what she gonna think, क्योंकि मैं तो उसमें अपनी मोहब्बत में जाकर उनको प्यार कर रही थी. लेकिन I didn't think क्या उनको पता है.
Yeah.
Or does she know what's happened? I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So I think like you know just understanding क्योंकि obviously I'm a close rishta, लेकिन she's an even closer rishta. And my pain is there, but her pain is 10 gazillion times my pain.
Yeah.
You know, so understanding her feelings and how to help her and be there for her, you know, that at that time I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But now I know, agar, you know, something like that were to happen again, then what I would do.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I get that. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, just process that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue.
Okay, you feeling okay?
I'm fine now.
Okay, good. I know it's such a hard topic, but I think it should be discussed because I think a lot of the time we try to avoid this topic because it brings hurt and pain. But I feel like when you avoid it, it gets bigger and it gets more difficult to talk about it.
Yeah. Have you been through anything like that?
Yeah, so I was one of the unlucky kids that had to suffer grief when I was a kid. So I lost my mom when I was 9. So that's pretty young to understand what's going on. So in my head, I couldn't process like what had happened, where has she gone, and you feel like it's unfair कि अल्लाह ताला ने सिर्फ मेरी मामा को क्यों लिया, मतलब इतने और दुनिया में लोग थे. It feels weird that I'm saying that now, but it's like, yeah, why was it her? Like, why was I the chosen one कि मेरी मामा को क्यों? Because she was already ill, so she was in the hospital a year prior to that. So I think you know, we already hadn't been physically with her a year before that, so there was already like a distance because we would always only see her in the hospital. And that was the first thing that happened, like losing my mom. That was the closest one. And then I lost my dad almost like 1.5 years ago. So the loss of both of my parents, that is the closest one. But I think, you know, I'm here, alhamdulillah, now able to talk about it and stuff, even though the pain is still there because your parents. माँ बाप एक ऐसी चीज़ है ना, अगर तुम माँ बाप को खो दो कि दुनिया आपकी बदल जाती है.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like your world will never feel the same without your parents in it.
Yeah.
जब माँ बाप होते हैं ना, तो आपको इस तरह फील होता है कि ये जो दुनिया है इसमें मैं जो भी कर लूँ, I have my parents to fall back on.
Yeah, you have support and you have your back.
Yeah, but my world feels less safe now that I don't have both of my parents here.
Yeah.
And I hope Allah Ta'ala grant them Jannah. And
Ameen.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, I found a lot of comfort in religion because, you know, कि Islam में तो होता है कि inshallah we'll be able to meet again.
Yeah.
And you can dua kar sakte hain, and we have this. So I found a lot of like help within the religion. But I do think one thing कि देसी, I think Pakistani जो community है ना, when it comes to grief, it's top notch, honestly. क्योंकि जब आपके घर कोई फोत होता है, all the women, they come by, they bring food, they take care of you, and everything gets settled. Even if you don't have money to pay for it, Muslim community is amazing.
Yeah.
आपके पास जनाजे के कोई पैसे नहीं, everybody chips in, they take care of it, what to do, getting your loved one from point A to point B, everything is arranged. It kind of like आपके ना हाथ से हर चीज ले ली जाती है. And that is, I think, one of the most strongest aspect of our like community is the one somebody passes away, that everybody jumps in, drops everything to be there for you.
Yeah.
So I think that is the most beautiful thing. And alhamdulillah, ऐसे टाइम पे ना जब आपके घर में कोई जब फोत होता है ना, तब आपको पता चलता है कि आपके लिए कौन, who is there.
Yeah.
Your friends wise, कौन आपको पूछता है, कौन नहीं पूछता है. That's the moment.
Yeah.
When you find out who really cares about
और
me.
उस टाइम पे like पता चलता है कि उस बंदे को तो मैं सोचती थी, ये मेरा best friend है, ये मेरा सबसे ज़्यादा ख्याल करता है, blah blah blah. And like at that time, because you know you're already grieving, so you're looking कि अच्छा इसने मुझे नहीं पूछा, इसने मुझे नहीं पूछा, इसने मुझे नहीं पूछा. You know, and that because you're so sensitive at that time, like all of those feelings get even more heightened. तो उसमें पता चलता है कि like who are your real friends and
who are the family members that are supporting you.
Yeah.
Because so when my mom passed away, I was really young. And at that point already, I had that, sometimes it would happen कि मैं ना जब काफ़ी सालों बाद I would run into an auntie and she would be like, हाँ तुम उसकी बेटी हो ना? And क्या मैं और तुम्हारी mom best friends थे. Best friends. हम तो दिन रात फोन पे बातें करते थे, हमारा आना जाना होता तो तुम्हारी अम्मी इतने मजे के खाने हमारे लिए बनाती थी. तो मुझे होता था अच्छा तो जब वो फोत हुई हैं तो उनके बाद तुमने मुड़ पूछा ही नहीं.
हाँ.
Because I grew up with my two brothers and my dad, so I grew up in a male-dominated household, and there wasn't a female presence in my life. And growing up in teenage years, you know how difficult that must have been for a little girl. And then तो तुमने पूछा ही नहीं. So like it's like, you know, that if so that person passes away and the friendship dies, you have
उसके आगे बच्चे, उसकी family.
Yeah, so it was like I know I can count on my hand which aunties and whatever supported us, asked about me and stuff like that, which I'm still in contact with, and may Allah bless them for them still being there. But it's like आपकी अगर आपकी जब लाइफ में कुछ इस तरह कुछ होता है ना, तब आपको पता लगता है कि कौन से फैमिली मेंबर्स आपके पास हैं और कौन से friends आपको support करते हैं कि नहीं. Because even when my dad passed away like 1.5 years ago, the people that I used to be close with, I would say I'm only close now to 1/3 of them.
Yeah.
Because after my dad passed away, I really found out which family members are there for me and truly care about me, and which friends truly care about me or not. And you know, okay, if they're texting me, मुझे phone कर रहे हैं to ask me how I am or whatever, I think a lot of them didn't. एक दफा message कर दिया, sorry for your loss.
That's it.
And I get that, you know, life is busy, and you know,
but it's not a small thing.
So but so it was like, you know, at that point I think a lot of the people, I don't talk to them anymore. Like, it's not that I have hatred towards them, it's like you weren't there for me, so that which shows me at that point that agar kuch that was the most difficult period of my life, was hands down when I lost my dad. That was like, took me months and months, I'd say almost a year, that I was like could think without being sad, or like even now that alhamdulillah I'm talking about it and I'm not getting emotional. That's a big achievement on its own. Which, so you know, it's for me, it's like it's fine, कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन फिर मुझे पता है कि आप मेरी लाइफ में कौन सी पोजीशन पे है ना, और मैं कितना आपके साथ क्लोज होना चाहती हूँ, कोई बात नहीं उसमें. अब मैं उनको, I don't know what was going on in their life, whatever, but that was going on in my life and you weren't there.
Yeah.
So simple. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And when it comes, the only thing I do think that we lack of within the Desi community and Desi household is talking about it. How you feel, or like, you know, processing the grief. Yeah.
क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ तो ये भी होता है ना कि 3 दिन के बाद मत रोना, कि 3 दिन होते हैं अफसोस के,
सोक के होते हैं 3 दिन. देखो
Yeah.
सोक के इस्लाम में वो है कि आई नो दैट कि सोक के होता है 3 दिन. बिकॉज द थिंग इज विथ यू नो आवर लाइफ, ये मौत एक ऐसी चीज है ये हर बंदे के सामने आएगी. Everybody is gonna see somebody that they love pass away because we don't live forever.
Yeah.
It's a part of life. I get that and I understand, but you can't detach your feelings
Yeah.
from what happened, you know.
especially with rishte that are that
So close to you.
that
And I
close.
think मुझे पाकिस्तान में ना एक जो चीज मुझे इतनी जहर लगती है ना, रो मत.
हाँ.
मत रो. And it's like, मैं क्या करूं अगर मेरा बाप चला
Yeah.
गया, मैं अब रोऊं ना, मैं चुप करके बैठी रहूं.
हाँ.
Like I have to express my feelings.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I feel like बंदा कभी कभार रोता है ना, और दिल हल्का हो जाता है. रो लो थोड़ी देर, दिल हल्का हो जाता है. And even हम तो दुआ करते हुए भी बंदे को रोना आ जाता है अल्लाह ताला से. तो why shouldn't we like not cry about it?
Yeah.
के बावजूद भी ना मैं कहती हूँ कि जो बंदा जो था ना, talk about it. Talk about how you're feeling. Talk about what you're going through. That is not a common thing in the Desi household.
Yeah.
To discuss it. I get that, you know, I had that thing as well, that I didn't like to bring up my mom as much in front of like my brothers, because I felt like मैं वो करूँगी उनको ऐमी दुख होगा, so I'm going to cause
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
To talk about a person that is deceased, even though you think about them, that you're like, मैं उस बेहतर है कि मैं वो topic ना मैं avoid ही करूँ, अगले बंदे को दर्द होगा ना. But the thing is, when you do that, the void gets so big that अगर आप ना जिक्र करो, तो जब आप करते हो तो वो it feels like a major burden that you're discussing it. तो I think वो बात भी करना है ना, I think it's good to discuss it. शायद family members के साथ ना करो, but I don't think it's like, if you can't talk about it with your people around you, get outside help to talk about it. Because grief is such a, हर बंदा ना differently handle करता है. कोई एकदम they try to move on as soon as possible. Everybody deals with it differently. But I do think that it's something that should be discussed. I think even with, you know, when the other person is grieving, one thing that we should definitely improve on as well is ये जो सवाल होते हैं. अब क्या करोगी? ये इसका क्या होगा?
आगे का सोचा
जायदाद का क्या होगा?
हाँ. अब काम करना पड़ेगा. अब ये करना पड़ेगा, वो करना पड़ेगा. Even, you know, for my khala, when my chama passed away, तो उनकी, because she had never worked a day in her life. Like उन्होंने कभी काम नहीं किया, वो कभी घर से बाहर अकेली नहीं निकली, उन्होंने कभी कुछ भी नहीं किया. Like she was completely dependent on him. और उसके बाद like she had to leave the country. She had to move to Pakistan, Dubai से. Then she had to get a job. Then she had to drive. Then she had to figure out how to live. Then she had to raise 3 kids on her own. Like I literally say she's superwoman. The way that she did everything. और कुछ लोग होते हैं ना कि जिनको आदत होती है काम करने की. Like they're used to being independent. They're used to driving. They're used to doing everything. लेकिन जिस बंदे को इनने कभी जिंदगी में नहीं किया हो और उसके ऊपर ऐसा ट्रॉमा पड़ जाए, and now they don't have a choice. उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं, इनको करना है.
Yeah.
उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं कि कोई और कर लेगा, कोई और you know कमा कर लाके दे देगा. उन्हीं को करना है. तो I think in that place, like when literally उनके लिए तो कयामत टूट गई थी ना.
हाँ, और फिर she has to struggle as well.
Yeah.
एक तो बंदा उसका सोचे,
Yeah.
और फिर and you're grieving, you lost your
Yeah.
life partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
तो
a huge loss.
That was really really hard for her. तो उनके लिए वो सोच, and you know in that situation imagine someone else, अच्छा अब क्या करोगी? अब तो तुम्हें वापस जाना पड़ेगा. अब तो तुम्हें पाकिस्तान मूव होना पड़ेगा. अब तो तुम्हें काम करना पड़ेगा. अब तो तुम्हें बच्चों को खुद देखना पड़ेगा, बच्चों को अकेला पालना पड़ेगा.
मैं कहती हूँ अगर तुम्हें ना ऐसी सिचुएशन में अगर आप तसल्ली नहीं ना दे सकते तो सवाल भी ना करें,
निकल लो.
बस दुआ करें.
हाँ.
और बस चलते बने.
हाँ.
ऐसे सिचुएशन पे भी अगर लोग इस तरह करते हैं, आई थिंक अगर आप कुछ अच्छा नहीं ना कह सकते, तसल्ली नहीं दे सकते, तो आप कुछ भी ना करें. बस छोड़ दें अगले बंदे को, उसके हाल पे छोड़ दें बस. पूछ पूछ के. एंड आई डू थिंक कि वो जो आई थिंक इट्स गुड कि जब लोगों को पता चलता है कि कोई फोत हुआ है तो अफसोस करने आते हैं. बट आई डू थिंक कि कभी कभार ना हमें ये भी सोचना चाहिए, अब इतने महीने हो गए हैं and we don't know how they're feeling, because I know that one of my friends, she lost a little sister, and it was already like 5-6 months. And जब फिर लोगों के पास जब तब नहीं टाइम था, फिर वो बाद में आ रहे थे. बट जब अफसोस भी करते हैं तो सब पूरी स्टोरीज पूछते हैं, क्या हुआ था, क्या नहीं हुआ था. एंड तो वो कह रही, मैं बता मैं थक गई हूँ बिल्कुल, कि मैं अब नहीं बता सकती कि मैंने अपनी बेटी किस तरह खोई. सो आई जस्ट don't want to do it anymore. कि अब वो एक्सपिरेशन डेट जो है ना अफसोस करने का, वो हो गया लिमिट. तो अब ना आए कोई बंदा ना, अब ना पूछे कि क्या हुआ था.
And especially like when you know something like that happens, and obviously it takes you so long to start living normally again, and then when you process those feelings, और फिर 6 महीने बाद फिर से बंदा कोई आ जाए, and all of those emotions they come back up.
Yeah.
You know, and you keep trying to like put, you know, understanding them and lowering them and understanding your feelings, and then फिर से कोई आता है, अब फिर से वो सारे जख्म ताज़ा हो जाते हैं.
हाँ.
तो like I think after a certain point just leave it. उनको वैसे हाल चाल पूछ लो, how are they?
हाँ, कि मैं वैसे आना चाहती हूँ, and then you can mention it, like I'm really sorry for your loss and this and that. But I think I think it really depends on, वो भी हर एक बंदे पे खुद depend करता है, कि some people are open to it, but I do think that we should definitely like reach out and ask, like, is it okay? I still wanted to come by, but I know इतने महीने हो गए, so I'll just come by to check on how you're doing and stuff. And especially with the loss of kids, I think the remarks that people make, कोई बात नहीं, तुम अभी जवान और हो जाएंगे, that is
bullshit.
क्योंकि it's, you know, when you say to a parent that has lost a kid and they lost their child, and you tell them कि, oh, it's okay, you'll have another one, you're young, you can have another one. I think it's the same that if, you know, if किसी का भाई फोत हो जाए और तुमको कोई बात नहीं, 2 और भाई है ना तुम्हारे,
you can't, especially to a mother.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
कि कोई बात नहीं, stuff like that. Even with, like, you know, when women go through miscarriages, कि वो उस miscarriage हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, मतलब it's not that the child was born.
Yeah, लेकिन पेट में तो था ना. And like the thing is, a lot of people, they don't understand कि जब माँ की पेट में बच्चा होता है तो वो बच्चा है, चाहे वो पेट से निकलकर बाहर आ जाए या वो अंदर ही खत्म हो जाए, वो बच्चा माँ के लिए बच्चा है.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't understand that.
Yeah, I think when with, like, you know, having a miscarriage, they kind of think like, oh, koi baat nahi, you'll have another one, you can have another one, and so, but you don't know what the woman is going through, you know.
Yeah.
Because she still lost her child.
Yeah.
And then to just make the comment, koi baat nahi, और हो जाएंगे, और हो जाएंगे, या तो तुम्हारे पास 2 और है ना, कोई बात नहीं, वो तो है ना, वो तो हेल्थी है, तुम उन पे फोकस करो.
You don't know, like especially in this kind of situations, कि अगर you can't say anything, go just shut up.
Yeah.
Literally.
I think the best way is like when I had that when I had my moments that I would shut down, and have my moments that I wanted to talk about it. And like even like saying that I didn't understand what happened to us and why, like how it happened. I found a lot of like I said, I found a lot of comfort in the face, but at the same time you can't take away the pain like that, because we're not robots.
Yeah.
We're not, like, losing your parents is a big loss that, you know, you will carry for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even like the comparison, because my dad was remarried after my mom, and then they would compare like, oh yeah, tumhara, you know, they would compare her loss to my loss. And it's like, we lost the same person. Obviously, it's one's life partner and one's dad.
Yeah.
And it's like, even comparing those two,
the
people, it's just, yeah, it's doesn't sit well, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Or like asking about inheritance and stuff. That's just like, oh God, I'm not even thinking about that. Mera baap chala gaya. Do you think I
and
give a
you're
shit
thinking
about
the
money?
Yeah.
I don't care about that. कब्र में कौन क्या लेके जाता है? I'm not gonna take anything with me. कौन कुछ लेके गया है? Nobody takes anything with them.
Yeah.
It's all what you, the thing that you leave behind, what you've done for other people.
और पता है लोग भी वही याद रखते हैं. Like people don't remember कि ओ पता है इस बंदे ने इतने businesses खड़े किए हैं, उसने इतना पैसा कमाया है. बंदे वो याद रखते हैं इस ये बंदा मेरे काम कितना आया है, ये मेरा ख्याल कितना रखता था, ये मेरे लिए helpful कितना था. You know, people remember that. People don't remember your money.
Yeah. लेके तो नहीं किसी ने कुछ जाना ना. Yeah, so I would say like everybody grieves differently, but I do think, you know, when it comes to the Pakistani community, I think the way that they all get involved and help you out is truly, truly one of the most amazing things.
Yeah.
Within the Pakistani community, मुझे पता है हम काफी चीजें Pakistani community में हम improve करेंगे, but on this thing, honestly, the way everybody helps and chips in, it's truly amazing.
So, Arooj, do you think like you've learned to process your feelings now?
I would say I'm getting really good at it. Like when my mom passed away, because I was really young, it took me, I would say, really long, at least like 10 years to think. क्योंकि मैं बहुत छोटी थी जब हुआ. So I had a lot of feelings about why and how that happened and to understand कि क्या हुआ है. And I was like growing from a young girl to turning into a woman. So I was having like difficulties with that, dealing with that as well, dealing with, you know, being brought up in an old boy's house while being a girl. And then now with comparing it with my dad, you know, obviously my dad meant way more to me because he was my mom and my dad at the same time. But you know, one thing I would say is for people that are grieving is just take your time in the process of accepting what has happened. And if you can't find the comfort in religion, because not everybody is as religious or whatever, I would say time heals all wounds. पता क्या है, जब आप किसी को खोते हैं ना, तो इस तरह नहीं होता कि आप उनको भूल जाएंगे, but you learn to cope with their loss. Everything goes, पता है क्या, कोई फोत होता है, हम अगले दिन फिर हमने खाना होता है, हमने सोना होता है, हमने काम पे जाना होता है, जिंदगी नहीं रुकती, लेकिन you learn how to live without them and you think about them constantly. Even when I go on holiday or whatever, I think about, oh well, you know, I would have loved to tell my dad this or whatever, and things like that. You think about it constantly with every little thing, every birthday, every Eid. हर चीज पे बंदे को वो होता है कि ये अगर मैं कह सकती कि नहीं, but it's just that you just, you know, you find comfort in all the memories that they left behind. And you know, don't get dragged into that dark space, especially when it's like freshly happened. But at that point it's really difficult to focus on the good memories, but that's all you have. All you have, and
just remember the good.
क्योंकि आपके लिए time नहीं रुकता. It goes on, and you have to move on. You just have to, because that's life. It can be a tough one.
It's really hard.
It can be a really tough one, but alhamdulillah,
you came out stronger from that, and now
I mean, you have to. I can't, like, honestly, I was like 31 and I lost both of my parents, which is really young. But you can't let the sorrows of life consume you. You have to be strong, and you have to like go like further, because you know, I know that my parents wouldn't want me to like spend the whole of my life in misery.
That's true.
That's not why they had a child. That's not what they would want, and that's not, you know, what religion teaches us. So alhamdulillah, I feel like, you know, I'm really blessed that Allah chose me to test my strength. So I just really see it as a blessing more as
मेरे साथ बुरा हुआ
क्योंकि अल्लाह ताला उसी को पिक करता है that he thinks that can handle it.
That's true.
And I was one of the chosen ones, so alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much everyone for tuning in.
Make sure you like and subscribe our video, and please leave in the comments below what you thought about all of our videos. And one thing I noticed that a lot of our viewers are not subscribed yet. So please hit the subscription button, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Allah Hafiz.